Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Hi, Lycan. Hi, Ricardo. Thank you for being here. And all other wonderful Namazumis if you're in the chat. So we're going to jump into playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am actually a very old player. I played 14, A Realm Reborn back in beta. I did not play the original 1.0 version, but we're going to replay Endwalker, which was the most recent expansion 2 years ago. And as weird as it sounds, simply because of the fact that Endwalker, excuse me, if you guys don't know the story, Endwalker was actually delayed by 2 weeks, and it fell out of a pattern for my work, for my time off. So when it did release, it released after Thanksgiving break, which I work in the school system. I would have been off during the spring break time to play it. And since I didn't get a chance to, we kind of burned through the story really quick. I know the story of Endwalker, and this will be very spoilery. Just heads up, this is not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to hide anything. Like, been out for 2 years. If you don't know the game, please just enjoy and chill out. We'll be playing from start to finish on it, and I'm a very veteran player. I don't raid much anymore, but I still do a bit of work. Hey, see, look my chat. I see Lycan's thing there. What is that doing? Do you see it? Do you see it down there in the corner? Weird. I'm gonna have to figure that out. My chat's still acting goofy on this screen. I don't know if it's just because I switched monitors for aspect ratio. I don't know. OBS can be a pain in the ass sometimes. But let's get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you have questions, just hit me up in chat and I'll do my best to respond. But I'm really excited to play. I haven't played 14 in a while, and honestly, it's been a while that we played 14 even on stream because of the fact that my system at the time really couldn't handle it. But it does seem to be doing a bit better now, so let's see. Movement seems good, not getting any lag. How's our system configuration? We're still holding at 60, 70 frames. That's not too bad. But I also have low latency and everything on to make sure I can keep up with you guys in chat. So I already know where we have to go, which is Limsa Lamenta. You guys can't see it. My little bar there at the bottom kind of blocks stuff because of my chat and privacy reasons for chat and people that I talk with and sharing information. Also, I have the little tiny here's where you need to go thing like this. Like you can't see it, but I can click on it down there. So it just kind of keeps the whole UI kind of cleaned up a little bit. I have to go down here. I honestly forget where to start this. Actually, I bet you anything, I actually have to go to across the realm. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to abandon it, but do we have to actually start in Mordona, I wonder? Let's see. I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Not a problem. I just appreciate you being here, like, and it helps me a lot. We're really close to affiliate, like really close. We're 0.3 average viewership away for 30 days, but we're getting closer and closer, so I just appreciate you being here. It helps immensely. You have no idea. Sorry if you guys were watching stream yesterday. I can't post it on Twitch, but I did post it on my YouTube community site. We lost power, like mid playing Unicorn Overlord, our whole network went and crapped out. Well, not our network, literally the whole neighborhood lost power. There were storms in the area, but not directly on top of where I'm at. But we were under tornado warnings and all kinds of stuff because of the heavy and kind of damaging winds. You still get that little bit of lag, and I think that has to do with... See, it still drops frames too much. I need to work on that. Maybe if we cap frames... Let's see. What if we cap frames there? Still has, I mean, you guys don't see it as much as I do, I think, but the little bit of lag on my screen. It's alright. I'll still figure it out. Our rig is more than powerful enough to do it. I just haven't got the right settings set up, apparently. I will do my best to read. I will also let you guys know I suck at reading aloud. I'm very heavily dyslexic. Not that I'm, like, illiterate, but I read better in my head because I'm not transposing the information while reading, but I'll do my best. So, Deccan, do you have some time to talk? I will not talk at all during voice acting cutscenes. I believe voice actors deserve their time to shine, and we all that have played this game know how absolutely wonderful the voice acting is in this game. But I will answer any questions you have, or if you chat with me, of course, I'll respond after cutscenes. Let's take stock in the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of an ominous tower at a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. The Telophoroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of their... That's so weird to say. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. That was... See, it's weird for me to talk like that. Countless innocent kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of the light seem to be the only able to resist the tempered at least. But what happened to Erenval and Fordola? We need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we must lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telophoroi are under the leadership of Fandaniel, and one of their delightful fellow, Xenos Yalgalvis, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw bloodiest fighting in a war of succession, but that has since changed in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons and cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which didn't blanket the ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform their palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. Urianger is going to be one of the hardest ones for me to read. I don't do well with Old English. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telophoroi. An army of primals isn't awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only a prelude to the even greater catastrophe. We need to devise the means to counter this threat, and quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. Yes, and if you can't tell, my VTuber model is based off my Final Fantasy XIV character. We'll find a way to Charlian, I assure you of it. Master Forchant comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The forum knows one that it is letting on more than it is letting on. This is Cryo, right? That's Tharu. Okay. We just received word from Mistress Kyle. She says that arrangements for the visit have been finalized. Is my desktop audio okay? Yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay. Just making sure. Actually, I need to check that too. Yep, okay. You're to head to Limsa Lamensa and board the next ship bound for Charlian. Adventure time! And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. A bullshit line, we all know it. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. Again, if anybody has any questions that ends up watching, please just let me know and I'll kind of give you a quick rundown of the backstory of what we're doing or where we're going. I can probably do it pretty quick. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Saru's awesome. We all know that. Knoxbox is here. Oh, he's sitting on the old PC case that I still have to recycle. Alright, so now we get to head to the dirtiest place in all of Final Fantasy, Linsa Limensa. It's not a meme, it's a terrible, terrible place. Yeah, definitely have some lag in cities. That's okay. Just frame rate lag. I can fix it later, though. Yeah. Yeah? No, it's this one. It's the back dock by the Arcanist Guild, not the Fisherman's Guild. It's not as bad if we get out of the, Oh, I don't need to talk to you. I can just walk through. Everyone's here, which is good, because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlian should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. The CPU temperature, good. Breathing well, yep. Think this is voice acted? Usually when you have background noise like this, it's voice acted.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Aw, poor Tataru. She's just a good friend.
I'll hold you to that.
I just realized I don't have my lamp on. That's why it's so damn dark in here.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Cool matinee! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
If anybody was curious about that voice, sorry.
Where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
He was the bad guy from the last expansion, and probably one of the best written bad guys in media ever, in my opinion. When you feel or kind of agree with a bad guy, you know he's well written. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. If you don't know the music of Final Fantasy XIV, you should. Masayoshi Soken is an absolutely amazing composer.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Trying to get my camera so it doesn't have my eyes closed every 2 seconds. I'm pointing a different direction than I normally do when I'm doing other games because of where the PC monitor is. I usually run stuff off the TV, but this is rendered to run off my PC monitor, not my TV. I have OBS up on my left on the TV so I can see everybody. I have a big spoiler, but again, this is not going to be spoiler free in any way.
I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last, my warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
We're a little mad at her right now.
After your sojourn in the first, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Piss off, Ghost! Sorry. That's all I could think of the whole time. Even though it's a very serious part, and I love this game, but that's all I could think of. Piss off, Ghost! Oh, damn. He left.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Charlian.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Charlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I don't know why I had my mouth moving. I was just trying to drink a water there. My model's like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." Is it title card? Is this title card? This is title card, isn't it? %. Yep, no, like a title card. Ooh, Endwalker. I legit I like know the end of the story, but we had to speed through it so quickly because I didn't have enough time to play when it came out.
The solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
It's actually the song in my house. Or I think it's the night theme.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
Just take over the island.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Crown has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Yeah, because Estini and I totally look like scholars.
Granted, head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration offices were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
Nice neck tattoo.
I am. Grahat here of the Students of Baldassian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
It's rubbed on.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Either on your neck or on your face.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows. That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
You might speak with a lisp too. Oh wait, that's Tyson.
As Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Yeah, that's okay. Dad's kind of an asshole.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Did she just look me up and down? She just totally was like, "What's up, handsome?" Keep it modest. Keep it modest. Wow, I look piss.
Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea, and it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Justinian Varlino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Kicking ass. Like brain farts. Adventure?
If you'll allow me.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
That's what I have to say to you.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Most polite middle finger ever. Like a work email response.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Where's Nox at? Where'd he go? Oh, he's in his hammock. Hey.
Oh.
Mr. Hammock.
Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
The only downside to my glamour is if I jump, it's a total upskirt. Like, whoop. You can see my whitey tighties. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and stricter sticklers for the detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. We won't be getting any rewards for this because, of course, it's a new game plus and we've already played through it. I mean, I can here in a minute. I can go jump off a cliff. In the safest way possible. I thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Decadent and Estinian's first time in Sharlayan. For the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone the agenda. I'm going to do this for this part. The agenda so you may all have a sufficient time to recover from your journey and get to your bearings of the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at Baldessian's Annex. How does that sound? I just realized my little cover for my thing, though, covers the chat too, but I really can't do much about that. It's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome to the Leviera estate as such, but I should like to who knows around the neighborhood all the same. I don't think I kill anybody. I can't kill anybody. I mean, I can kill people if I go into PvP. I'm equally untethered, as it were. There's no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of the old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Ethereal Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I feel like a nod could have worked there. I don't know if we needed. I do have places I would be remiss if not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. Oh, I forgot. I hate the start of this. That won't be necessary until we reconvene. I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. Because I think I have to do, like, escort. Which is kind of annoying. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Wow. Oh, of course. If you will have me. Come, Deck, and Sharlayan awaits. Ba 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 ba. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, do I not have to do it? Oh, I do have to do it. Son of... Okay. They're gonna follow me around. Unusual wares coming in. Okay, I hope you guys don't mind. This really isn't all that important to the game itself. It's a city tour. So forgive me if I just want to sprint through this part. Basically talks about the history of the city, but at the same time, it's not super significant to the story of its, the MSQ. So we're gonna go as fast as we can. This is the food stall, which has cool cutscenes later on. Blah 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 blah. Yes, the pizza sucks here. I almost want to switch to Bard, that way I can just run faster. Actually, I can switch to Ninja so I can run faster. Oops, went into first person there by accident. Yeah, this is the song I played in my house for a while. Very soothing. Like the sound of my voice. No, not really, but I don't have a terrible voice. At least I don't think I do. I think if you can stand the sound of your own voice, you're doing pretty good. Actually, I think we... Wait, I just realized something. We could completely skip this. The only thing we have to do are the main story stops. My frames are just getting hammered here. Why? Target the thing in front of you. Welcome to Agora. Yeah, it's like the main plaza. And that's it? No. I still have to do more. Okay. Actually, I wonder if... Did I not set that up? Oh my god, I didn't. Okay. I'll have to work on that here in a little bit. Where the hell is my... Oh my god, back to Samurai. I haven't reset all my hotbars because I actually forgot to save my settings to 14. Damn it, I ran the wrong way, didn't I? Because you can't... You have to run up this way. I didn't actually save my settings when I transferred to the new PC, so... Oh my god, I have to go up further? What the hell? Once I get out of there, what's it do? Jumps back up to 50, but I should be hitting a lot more than that. Alright, we'll figure it out. The Grand Instructor before you is a Restara. The name refers to the original public platform erected here upon which the forum, elected representatives, would deliver oration and debate policy. Although the stage... Okay, it's just talking about the original forum. Okay, we already know that. I think I have to go to the library next. No. Go this way. I guess I could actually not be a dumbass and look at my mini-map since it will tell me which way I need to freaking go. That always kind of stinks about a new expansion is that early like story build push. That was kind of the nice thing about Stormblood is you literally jump into a dungeon to go to the new area, which was cool. This is Journey's End. Yep. Alright, again, not much to the actual main story of the game. Where am I going now? Where am I going now? You're gonna make me run. Ugh, whatever. Wing. Even though I'm level synced, does that mean I still get all my abilities in dungeon? Well, I guess depending on the level, yeah. Spin. Nope. Sorry, I used to use the first person button or sprint as a default. So I keep hitting it. Not realizing I haven't set the R3 stick as the sprint yet. Called the bread macro. Usually handles off GCDs, although you can see... Can I get it to come over? Yeah, you can see some of my stuff there. Do I not have my left trigger set up? They're both set up that way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. Ah. Jump. Alright, they can just warp through the wall. Good to know. Again, this is just familiarizing with the city. I think this is actually the Baldessian Hall, though. Yeah. Symbol of Charlia is the snail, I guess. I forget what the hell that's called. I'm back and I've brought Deccan and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the shit. And hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. It was a pleasure to finally meet you, Deccan. I've heard many tale of your exploits. Ojika Sunajika? Jesus. It has been age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunujika, Administrative Officer of the Students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ojika. Oh, yes, that's right. The very little that I did in Eureka. I've read the initial report. It's quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of All served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasions to visit Charlian. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodging to our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty, with so many lost to us that our organization is a shell of its former self. Oh my god, I'm trying not to sneeze. The day will come when we shall see the students rise again. But first we must ensure that Telophoroi fall. Hell yeah! Punch him in the dick. Through the door. On the left is the main hall where we discuss our options moving forward. The door to the left. I like how she door to the left. Once everyone's arrived, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begins in earnest. That's the door to the right. That's the door to the right. I had private quarters prepared for you in the Edron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms, perfect for an afternoon doze. He seems happy. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than a cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. It was simply that we were often so busy with research, are exhausted from journeys abroad, that we would slip into Adorn just for steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as the nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chambers. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you in the main hall. Fist bump cryo, let's do it. What was the first dungeon in this expansion? It is... Wow. Who, me? I don't think my English was that bad. I'm also like speed reading, which is really hard for a dyslexic person. Please be voice. I need to let my voice rest.
Pray forgive me.
Yes.
I was delayed.
What is the first dungeon in this expansion?
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
I know, I'm famous.
Come what may.
I'm such a big VTuber, they put me in the game.
At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Gotta shut the lens cap on my camera for a minute because I need to scratch my face.
The individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by
Oh, I remember the first dungeon now. Okay.
Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, and having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
He's like, I'm just here, dude.
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply
Face
you with
slip.
all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
All right, real quick before I continue on. The reason I have to stop to itch my face because I have to take both my headphones off, which push on my glasses, and then take my glasses off to itch my face. If I don't do that, this is what my model would look like. Because for some reason, the camera absolutely shits a brick if I ever move anything in front of my face. I probably should have recalibrated it too, though, before starting. I also did notice the other day I did the 16 event while testing the build. And I think it's the first time they've ever actually said the word not shite, but shit in the game. It's always shite, but Clive definitely says shit during the fight. Do we want to do... Oh, that's right, I forgot. You can actually choose where you want to start. Alright, do we go with the boys? I think the YouTube stream is a little bit behind, Ricardo, that's why. It always is for some reason. I don't know why it is, but it is sometimes. Literally, it'll look like I'm doing the robot if I move anything in front of my face. That's why, so like, watch. If I take a drink, I bet it looks like I'm talking. Yep, and all I'm doing is sitting there taking a drink. Alright, do we go... Do we do a double date? Or do we do guys' nights out? What should we do? Should we do a double date or guys' night? Although I feel like if we did a double date, Kryl couldn't ride most of the amusement park rides, so that's unfortunate. Double date? Okay, we're doing double date. An unsettling change has come over Charlene, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlene's archive for historical records for any hint of connection to the final days. Suffice it to say, the progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Just out of curiosity, Thomas, have you ever do you play this at all? Or have you played this? Okay, I wasn't sure. By the way, if anybody is watching, this is like massive spoilers, because this is the end of the story after 10 years. Literally, it's a 10-year-long story written pretty well. You know, I could have just used a theorite. Don't judge. Oh, I also just realized that we are not... Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot that. Call out the absolute #1 samurai minion. Where's my buddy at? He used to be on my hotbar, but I haven't reset the hotbar. Oh my god. There he is. There we go. Hold on. I gotta do it right. I could type, but I don't want to reach for my keyboard because it's actually sitting under my desk currently. And I'm being super duper ass lazy. Oh my god, I might have to because I don't remember where... See, I used to have all this stuff set on hotbars, but because of the fact that, again, I'm an idiot, and when we did the brain surgery to the computer, I didn't bring my settings over, so I'm still getting used to resetting settings I've had for, you know, a decade. Okay, I had to get my keyboard. I gave up. Let's see. He's got to get on my shoulder. Get over here. There we go. I had to beckon to him so he'll get on my shoulder. See? There's my buddy. There's my hunting hawk. My real life buddy is... I think he's still in his hammock. I don't know. Where the hell did he go? He's not even in his hammock anymore. I feel like he's gonna dive bomb me. He will legit run up and attack me from behind in the while I'm sitting here playing sometimes. In any case, you stand now before the doors of... I can't pronounce it. Numenon, Charlene's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only the entrance, and one of many at that. The archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls and the great Google library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlene is free to enter there and pursue its shelves. Well, most its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Stola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alphanon will help me continue my search through the stacks open in the generic public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which should touch upon the Charlene history of the forum's policy. Your task will be to find and study relevant publications. I promise you, working knowledge of the subject will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once we've found a promising tone and happy reading. May you find your book in this library. Only Thomas might get that reference currently. I don't know if anybody else is watching that'll get that reference, because I don't know who's watching. The words of wisdom. During the chaos of the Sixth Underworld Calamity, Archon Neumkepfer found a Charlian bore witness to the madness of the savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on the island of the Northern Empty, he instructed his peoples thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment, knowledge, and reason. The Charlians took that to heart, the words of their savior, and then henceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon the foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of mind rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Whether an wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials, the tribulations of the age, the citizen of Charlian would live by their founders' teaching, for the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, and they would I can never say it. Eschew the bitch. You're always watching. You're like a voyeur, Ricardo. I sent Glenn his winnings today, finally. I'm actually just skipping that text. I can't read that much. My brain will blow up. And I actually already know these books and how they break down, so. But yeah, I finally sent Glenn his Iono box that he won for April. It takes a while for me to get to the post office sometimes. A lot of times when I'm done to ship stuff to winners, I like get off work and the post office closes like right as I'm getting off work usually. So I think the other one's actually all the way back at the start. We missed it. I think it's the very first book in here. I think it's this one up here. Oh, I thought it was that one. Is that the one? What's the thing? I'm surprised I don't... This is not complaining in any way. I promise it's not. I'm surprised I don't have more followers and people to comment on YouTube. I'm so small, you have like a really, really, really good chance at winning something. I know it's only monthly stuff, but it's still something. Free to you. I'm doing the live little giveaway tomorrow only on the YouTube side for the 100 followers on YouTube. And I'm giving away something extra. And I'm going to be opening some packs. My last 6 Evolving Skies packs. To see if we actually can get anything. I doubt it, but we'll still open the 6. Sorry, were you waiting long? It'll be really short. It'll be after I get back from Twilight Masquerade pre-release. I wanted to make sure I'd borrow at least a few promising volumes of Alphanode, and Kryl should also be along shortly. I was elated in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially... I cannot say that word. Tangentially relevant tome. Sorry, if they are even that. To be fair, they use a lot of words in this that you don't hear in everyday conversation, so it is a little harder for me to pronounce. At present, the plan is to skim through quickly as we dare, and share our discoveries as we make them. Even if you don't, I mean, the cards are worth a fortune if you get the right card. I don't know if you saw the price of Umbreon currently, Ricardo. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and ready supply and hot tea. It sounds like I got Tourette's. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. It's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things are. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphanon and I were to return to Charlian, we are not to be allowed to cross the threshold. What a douche canoe. Daddy douche canoe. We'll mend the rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been able to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? I was like, yeah, well, my situation also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlene, yes, but I was born rather farther away. That's right, he's from an island. Yeah, in Ilsabard. In fact, for generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos. Which we still... I don't think we'll get to Corvos, even in the new expansion. They've made mention of it, but yeah. Yeah, the Gengar... You had the Gengar from Fusion Strike? So the earthquakes, the fourth Umber Calamity brought the end of the Empire's reign, and with the fifth calamity, froze the sea solid. Many of the tribes still living in Corvus braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain. They might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. That's correct. I forgot about that. I've never pulled Gengar or Machamp. I've pulled every other alt art from Fusion Strike. I didn't keep any of them. I even sold the PSA 10 Espeon. I wish I still had it right now. The past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as in the case of most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Ominos. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. It sounds familiar. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge of the tradition of Allag. As the last child born with the Allagan eye, I was given over to the custody of the friends and students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never considered, forgive me, I was unkind at question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louisoix, was he not? Stories of the adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient that anybody see that word? Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna sound like a dumbass. We outsiders can even earn vaunted title of Archon. It's exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the form's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us, while we try to make some headway into the books deck, and more companies should be arriving any moment now. Okay, good. I have to have a little bit of a rest. My voice is kind of ragged right now. 1 second. Hydrate! Hydration station. Will this one be voice so I can take a slight break in talking? Any luck? Any luck? Any luck? Luck? Yeah. We returned without our selection. With our selection, sorry. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Carl has already flicked through every history book devoted to the disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into the research papers of the Umbral Calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days come from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarok firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. My thanks. Now where to begin? I will play that dungeon so you guys have a reference of what they're talking about the final days. There's actually a dungeon that you're put into that shows you the calamity that befell the ancient race that we're trying now to avoid again. First things first, what kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Yes. It's also one of the coolest freaking dungeons. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought with havoc of all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion, meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with the understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Stola summarizes that the closest known magic is that of summoning rituals by the Asians. Okay. But they aught else of note which herald the approach of the final days. Ah, yes. The Amarantes spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thus as we were into the midst of the madness. An Asian? He's an ass hat. Actually, that's the thing is, you kind of fall in love with the bad guys in this game. And the Asian people, like, you kind of understand their plight and their problem, but also that they brought it on themselves. The ground was crying out, you say. To be considered a harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of the Numenon's mammoths and ask after the books which mention that such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? Truly, they did summon Zodiark. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was then fledgling souls that intended to render unto Zodiark a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Banat and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for your detailed review. I feel much more confident now understanding of the events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they are doing with those towers of theirs. It's forcing people to summon primals as a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magic? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return to our attention to the form, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Stola, but it's time we began studying the research papers. Alright, so I'm going to put myself... Oh, is it all on? Yeah, yeah, Shadowbringers. I need... Emerald. So you guys can kind of see what the final days was and what we're trying to avoid and all that jazz. What's it saying my thing is at? 8 minutes? Okay. Probably do another cutscene. If you happen to be liking the stream, think about becoming a Namazumi. That is what I call my people that follow me. You are Namazumis. Please, please be voiced. Damn it. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended research for the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possible useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflection from the good lord, the Gurin oracles. For it is potential to cause panic and confusion. That tome was deemed apocryph and sealed away in the Great Google Library. It is even less likely that knowledge from the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would it be left sitting on the shelf for a curious scholar to find. It stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they Archon or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet, when you confronted Master Fortuno of this knowledge on the Telafroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they possessed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether the contains mentioned in the final days or not, the books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. I actually do plan to leave. Peace. Let's go. Oh yeah, I need to check on that. Okay, so that one's done. Okay. That's the only downside. Like I said, when you start a new expansion, we're gonna run into this, of course, probably even with Dawn Trail, of course. My neck shoulders are going clarify. Okay, this is all just kind of filler right now. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Gotta go fast. Yeah. Make sure this is running okay. I know this is like really boring to stream, but it's also part of the story. Let's go for a dip. Damn it. Let me swim over there. It's kind of sad. I just realized. So I have, you can see your little timer of how long you've been, like, live. I've been live. If you were to take out the 5-minute cooldown timer of my load screen when I'm coming in, I've been streaming for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and we've yet to kill anything. That is infuriating. That's why I was like, we're gonna go do Amrot if we can get called to it. I gotta punch something in the face. Hour of 30 minutes and we haven't got one engagement yet. Actually, this crowd gives me the idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge me to say, oh my god, LSA is gonna follow me around. I really hope they don't do this in Dawn Trail. I'm skipping this. This is just like Daddy's mad at his children and no one knows why. And jump over this child, or this Lalafell. Yes, I don't believe I had the pleasure. Blah, blah, blah. Again, it's not bad, but sometimes there's just too much. It's Dickon. Yes, that is literally the character's name is Dickon. My word, how long has it been? Not too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion in between lessons at the studium. It seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? Nope, it's true. Daddy kicked us out. It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levieur. No matter how discreet Master Fauchelevent may have been, news of your family's doings never stay secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all time? We have questions, and only a Charlian has the answer. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about the apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you've here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. Wish there were more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're visitors to Charlian, aren't you? Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished prepping a few orders. Strike up a friendly conversation while you're sitting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I mean, it's story plot. I have to do it. There's not a decision to be made. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain what each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water edge. The omelet is for our regulars, a Highlander named Sol. She's sitting on the outside table with her friends of hers. Behind them, you should see a Mikote gentleman. He'd ordered the oven-baked lobster. Not at all? If you're sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Let's see how good my smooth brain memory is right now. Tea set. Oh my, tea set, lovely, thank you. Alright. Who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them. Or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about the ritual arcane practices of the Sixth Astral Era, common or historic, then I'd be happy to tell it. Yeah. I'm just gonna nix that, don't care. She had the omelette du fromage. Dickon. Might be Daikon, to be honest. Like daikon radish. Because he owns the food stall. But we've always just called him Dickon. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What the Talafroy? Ah, yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. And some grand claim at the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Let's stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice and fully support our decision to remain neutral. Yeah, thanks. You had the lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The Final Days is the first I've heard of it. Although, what would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet? It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Oh yeah, I forgot, we meet the gleaners. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of sorts. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for the folks who trail after the reapers in the field, picking up every grain which was missed. All accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If those Telophoroi made good on their audacious threats, they may uncategorized rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're crating loads in from the docks all day. It never's been this hectic before, not like this. We gleaned information. Oh, there. My ticker finally worked on my play screen. You guys can't see it, but on my side, on one of my screen sides, I finally got the ticker to work for the current NHL scores. And it looks like Florida is just punching Boston in the face. But let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossip and the wagging tongues. I need a voice-acted scene here. My throat needs to be hydrated. You know, my wife has, I buy her these tea candies, from the Asian market. They're green tea candies. Those might actually be really good to have while having to talk as much as I do. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Please be voice acted. Please be voice. I don't remember half the voice acted scenes, but this seems like it should be voice acted. It's a character moment. Used to be able to buy that mug.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been, how being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently. They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still... Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the one...
Okay, so I do remember that cutscene. Basically, they're curious about why the Gleaners are taking down all the materials to the, Alright, let's do it. This is what we're trying to avoid. Let's do it. I'm gonna feel weird because I don't have all my abilities, and you get kind of like muscle memory from doing that. I don't know why you're running so far, buddy. Can't go any further. Oh, forgot. It's not an AoE at this level either. Oh my god. This is gonna be weird. It's gonna be really bad gameplay, just so you guys know, because I'm so muscle memory to my rotation. Ah! Should have eaten those too. Oh. We didn't kill these. That's actually kind of funny. We actually somehow ran past them too quickly. And so we didn't kill them. God, I don't even have my AoE Shoha. Bomb is absolutely kicking my ass. Yep. I died because we didn't kill the bomb fast enough. And the bomb was attached to me to kill me. So it'll use self-destruct and blow me up. Yay! Why is this Reaper, like, taking damage? I don't know what he's doing. Not like you get... Oh! Alright, I'm getting the hang of it again. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played at this level where I don't have my rotation I would normally use down. But I'm getting used to it again. I'm getting used to it again. Just like riding a bike, 10 levels lower. Keep reaching for my AoE Shoha ability, and then realizing I don't have it. Oh my god, die. I'm also being lazy. Okay. That one's dead. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Here we go. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Huh. Thought I put my... Yeah, it's fine. I don't think I really have to be back that far, but it's fine. Damn it. Oh my god, I keep reaching for abilities I don't have! Reaper's trying to grief hard. Which is fine, I mean, you can. Ah, shit, I'm dead. No, it's in his hitbox. It won't count. Actually, it might have. Here, he's dead. That was ugly. But again, I don't remember the exact rotation at this level. This is a full expansion ago. Please don't judge. I promise I know what I'm doing on Samurai like 99% of the time. Play. I'm holding at 60. Let's actually change that. Let's do none cap in here and see how it does. Oh my god, I gotta fix my macros. Where's the bomb, the darkness thing at? There it is. Alright, that wasn't bad. Sorry, I don't talk a lot during the fight. I know I should. Not like this is super stressful, but also, I need to fix my coloration. This is a little too dark. It is a beautiful dungeon, though. In the sense of the animation style and stuff. Not that it's a pretty dungeon, it's literally death. It's death. I'm killing the bomb this time. I'm not even gonna screw around with it. Yep. Well, like, I'm just killing it this time. I'm not gonna let it kill me. There's a lot of cool dungeons that came out in this. This was one of the last dungeons. Well, this was the last dungeon in the main story playthrough of Shadowbringers, which won every kind of freaking gaming award. A little nutty. Oh my god, okay, I've got to fix my hotbars so they're back to my muscle memory. Keep on trying to use my abilities and I'm hitting things like arm's length. This one's really creepy looking. I hate the way this boss looks. It's fucking terrifying. There, that felt more like a natural opener. Yeah, that felt a lot better. This basically just divulges into like a dodge fight with a bunch of trash mobs. Oh, God, I forgot you have to actually target with this ability when you don't have your full AoE. Oh my God, these bombs are annoying as hell. Alright, there we go. Let me straighten up my back so I'm not sitting like a shrimple. That's better. Easy. Look at that. Who knew? More ads. I sure didn't see that coming. Did you guys? I just put my HP absorption ability on here and just keep myself alive as much as I can. Trying to help the healer out by not taking too much damage. My wife would be happy if I did that, since she mains a healer. Alright, get your big cockatrice ass down here. And game over.
Yet this is far from the worst of it.
Okay, let's go see the worst of it. Is perhaps the worst of it? Perhaps it is the worst of it. I gotta fix my coloring.
Just a little further, and you will see the end of a world.
Oh, this expansion was so good. I want the bomb. Screw you, bomb. Get up here, you piece of shit. It's like, I wish to kill you. Trying to get it into range. It's gonna blow up. I also hate the fact that it keeps making me move out of range every 2 seconds to dodge this shit. My healing move on. Keep the tank up, keep the tank up, keep the tank up. Ignore me. Oh my god, okay. I'm trying not to complain too much, but I literally keep screwing up my muscle. So bad. Alright. Die, jackass. Alright, that should be it, right? Oh no, we still have one more set to pull. Fine. There we go. Love the fact that it points right at me. Super fun. Oh dear God. There we go. That's better. You guys have any plans this weekend? What are your plans? What are your hopes and dreams? Mine is that I can actually remember how to play this game before Dawn Trail comes out. Right now, it is not looking good that I know what I'm doing. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta get those numbers up, Ricardo. Like, I make that amount of money. Holy crap, no. I mean, maybe combined, but not like me, no. Cutscene. No cutscene. Alright, let's fight this Final Fantasy 13 boss. Did I put my dot on it? I literally just brain farted. I did, okay. Oh shit. Can't see! This is high level gameplay right here of my dumb ass. Really? Really? Oh my god. A small moment of rage while I turn the camera off. Leave my ass dead. I want to be like, leave me down until your Swiftcast is back up, but I do appreciate it. Oh shit. I'm not going to do anything until I can... There. Healer. Like, I'm just dying to AoE, homie. Shadow Wreck. There, I put my guard up that time. What the hell did I die to? What the fuck did I die to there? What the fuck did I die to there? Alright, I need to focus and actually kill this fucking thing. Damn it. Seen it. There. There. Whatever, it's dead. That was pathetic as hell. Oy. I don't know. This is why I don't do dungeons anymore. That's fucking hilarious. I got all 3 comms and I definitely didn't deserve that. Okay, we already know what's going to happen. Actually, we're going to skip this now and go back into casual gameplay as my dumbass died like 10 times in a dungeon that I should be able to do blindfolded. Hooray! I plan to play some Monster Hunter World. I have never played Monster Hunter. Any of them. Which is weird, because it seems like a game I would totally play. Oh, off an edge there. We're not gonna run up there. We're gonna teleport. Oh my god, I had this huge salad for dinner. We're getting on stream. I put way too much red onion on it. If I were to breathe on somebody, I feel right now they would probably, their eyes would roll back in their head. Just living the dream. Clear my head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned out information on the Gleaners. Oh yeah, we don't need to auto this part because it's not voiced. I do like the fact that the Charlian symbol looks like Starbucks. It makes sense the Gleaners take their requests directly from the institution and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and cargo certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As still observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Decan and Alice learned, at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing about the particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetuated by the Tlafroi is wholly unlikely these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by the duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eor's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agent of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it stretched to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. Sorry, I clicked too quick, but it's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. I already know what to expect down there. I've been down there many a time. There are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books. Be on your way. I'll see that they each return to its proper place. Thank you for being our errand boy, Graha. Need to adjust my mic a little bit here. Mic goes up like that. I'm not blocking the camera, so you can see my mouth go. Let's head down to the stairs and I'll show you where the entrance is. Sure. Sounds good. Really? Really? Let me teleport down there, damn it. Oh my god. I have to follow her? Oh dear God. That's how I feel right now. I don't even know. Can I walk at that speed? I don't even think I can walk at that speed. Okay, so you literally walked 10 feet to make me run. I'm gonna kill you. She's sprinting. I'm like lightly jogging. What if I actually use sprint? Does she speed up? Nope. Yeah, so when you AoE now at max level, it's a circle AoE, so I don't have to target anything. That's what was throwing me off trying to do my abilities, is they all change at your current level. Okay. Alice, go. For fuck's sake, go. Run, woman! Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Oh my god, it's almost 9 o'clock. And we have made, like, such little headway, honestly. I don't even, the first dungeon isn't even until we get to Thavnir. I just remembered what it is. It's the... What's the first tower against the Magus sisters. And I'm sure that'll be as a shit show as our last dungeon was, because holy crap. What the hell was I doing in that dungeon? This is the first and only time you'll ever go down this, because you can just teleport to this place afterwards, so... You will never once walk again through this place. At least I can't remember ever coming down here. What's up, friends? Down the lift. Peculiar. Oh, that's right. The music sounds like clown music. At least during the day.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried.
So yes, this whole thing is underground, which is what makes it such a spectacular design.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing.
Oh, autoplay, sorry. Boink. Ready to go?
But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
It's not nice to point, Alize.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Migraines are a bitch. I attest.
Did you call to me just now?
Nope.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
I really like Cryle as a character. I'm glad she gets a bigger part in Dawn Trail. Is her hairstyle still not available in the game? I don't think it is. Unless I just haven't noticed. Dobbin. Want to know what we're doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it ain't needing hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock of Labyrinthos, you know, sort of a tidy up in inventory. I've seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. And with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from the high. Damn if I know the reason. Could be they're changing the layout? Perhaps for the next big expansion? Uh-huh. They're taking stock. Where's our boy Aaronval? There he is. We'll talk to him last. Let me think. The Rhea seeds should be item 1058. The cumin seed should be 1059. The snozzberry seeds, sorry, should be 1060, or were they 1061? Or my head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out and carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corinthian carrots for the Girabonian carrots? What then? Jesus, what's the junk monger actually sell? Huh. Actually, I do want to buy some of that. Yoink. Of course, we'll do, maybe not tonight, but we'll do our Million Gil giveaway at some point again. You're here to help or give me more headaches because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. Look, Aaronval, you're my buddy eventually, so just deal with it. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack marmots running loose. Yeah, it's still having problems. 54, 51. We should not be dropping frames. See if I can do more work with that and help it. I really do want to do at least one actual dungeon for Endwalker tonight. This is kind of just boring chitter chatter, which is part of it. I know. Your game, Duggan. I have an idea. Did one of the gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Chris asked if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon the gleaners here. We could compose our notes afterwards. Oh no, Kryle's gonna put on her feminine charm. With her little cat hood. You wish to help me find the marmots. I have nothing suitable to pay you for in service, but if you're offering all the goodness of your heart, I'd be welcome to the assistance. The name's Aaronval, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nengshan marmots is trivial. I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, they are no more than marmot specimens on their tier at present, so they should be no more mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in a sack, gently, of course. Alright. Marmot season. Where to begin, you wonder? I'm not seeing any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard, though. There are beasts that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot or you. Color. Oh, like, you better not be like, oh, you can't fly because you haven't gotten that far in the game or some BS. I better be able to fly. Let's see. Alright, they're over here. So, should I play the new expansion, or should I level a job to take through? That's the other question. Considering taking Viper through the new expansion, leveling up and taking it. Oh my god, get up the damn wall. There's a grizzled mouse. I'm gonna get 3 hits off before the dude dies. Anybody else? Anybody? Damn. Oh, I wanted to kill one more thing. Oh my god. Stupid ass mouse. Get over here! He's making a break for it. After him. Next. Oh, cool. Are we done? Can I shove him into a bag? Get in the bag. The rat sack. Get in the rat sack. Wait. Pain in my taint. Where is he? There he is. You've cornered yourself now, mouse. Get in the rat sack. Yoink. That's right, you can't tell if the entrance to this area doesn't have a teleport point. It's actually mid-zone that does. Duh. Oh, Ricardo, are you still here? Can you hear me? How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves one unaccounted for. I've captured 1 rat in the rat sack. Huh, there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put my friends in the holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in the isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. Oops. I had auto on and I accidentally hit that. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? By the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. There we go. The same official... Oh my god. The same official who had us working day and night of late. The honorable member of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption and easy to breed, those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. Ba 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 ba. There you are. The cleaner you mentioned, the one who is looking for the lost mammoth? Marmots, not mammoths, marmots. Looking for the rodents. Interesting company you keep, Ren. Who are your folk anyway? I'm Kryl of the students of Baldessian. The others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decision of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise in particular. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclose closures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer more for your service. What's my next game? This will end up eating up a lot of time. I did have some stuff planned. I thought about going back and doing Ghost of Tsushima. I need to do the expansions to Sword and Shield. Now that we've beaten Sword and Shield, I need to go do... I don't remember their names. Something Tundra and the other one. Because I don't remember. But the two DLCs for that. And then I have, of course, still Unicorn Overlord playing our True Zenoir. And so we got a lot on the docket that we can play. And then anytime there's a big Arc Knights update, I'll always roll in my Arc Knights to play. Because really I only play Arc Knights on stream when there is something of consequence to play with it. Because a lot of times it's just me farming and doing basic stuff. And that's not all that entertaining to watch me farm a stage. Altogether, it gives us a distinct impression. So definitely this'll take... Oh, probably... You want to get up here, buddy? Nox just woke up from his hammock. What is it? Hold on. Nox wants a pet. It's okay, buddy? Yeah, so Unicorn Overlord, this... Because Dawn Trail comes out in a month. So the next expansion comes out in a month. And I need to make sure I can get this rig to respond properly and kind with the CPU. The CPU usage, actually, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. I don't really care, but let me see what the CPU usage is right now. Let's see. Okay, I don't think so because I'm not doing a screen share. So the CPU usage is 68%. Memory usage is 43%. Which is not bad, but I should be able to get a better frame rate than what I'm getting. And that's kind of the only frustrating thing. Now I am dual casting a stream. I have VTube Studio, of course, open to run my model. And then I'm also playing Final Fantasy XIV off of it. So it all kind of varies. I got to figure out how to maybe allocate a little bit better or overclock, possibly. I'll figure it out before Dawn Trail comes out. Because this is the only thing that I have to worry about when it comes to CPUs, like the computer actually struggling to run. Because I'm running basically, I don't know, the equivalent of maybe 3 games off of this. But I was also going to tell you, Ricardo, if you want to see my collection, it'll be in the live tomorrow. Seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we contact a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? I think it's the Archeon. From there, we can reach the lower... Oh, no. Bad migraine. I understand that I have post-concussion syndrome. It might not be... I might not be able to get enough out of it either. The problem is, like I said, is the frame rate issue. Also, why do my eyes keep closing? Like, it's like... I think that... Okay, so if I look at the camera... So I'm trying to look at the camera. Smile. Do one of the... Let's see. Does that work? Yep, that still works. Okay. Actually, I can just teleport my ass over there, can't I? Yep. But for example, so when I'm streaming right now, so look at my FPS. It's only at 49 FPS. If I'm not streaming, that FPS, even with everything running, is like 140, 155. So I just don't see how I'm losing 100 frame off that. I'll ask some of my other streamer buddies why that is and how to fix it. I know there's something I need to change in the BIOS, which is the refresh rate on my screen to help what I'm seeing, because I still lag on my side of things pretty bad. Like my screen movement. That's another reason I was having trouble with that dungeon, is my movement to seeing where things were on the floor were really bad. I also need to change the color scape on my computer. Again, I had my settings I wanted the way they were for 10 years, and because I'm a dumbass and forgot to transfer over my settings before moving parts, I'm now trying to remember after 10 years of playing what my settings were, which is... We might not even get to the first dungeon. It is 9:30. I have to be up early tomorrow because I'm getting a massage tomorrow, and that may sound nice. It won't be, just so you know, because it's a deep tissue massage, because my back's messed up, and those hurt like hell. Greetings, we are here to pursue the Archeon's vaults. Per use. You clearly are not gleaners, then might I ask your affiliation? You belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted only to persons directly involved in the reorganization effort are permitted to enter. Yeah, my back's gonna get sore. And then literally, it's kind of funny, the place I'm getting my back worked on is right next to the card shop where I'll be playing Twilight Masquerade pre-release at. Not us then, I suppose. We had better move along to another facility. Building has a lift which connects to the middle tier. Yes, might we have at least make use of that? The service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given to those the convenience of inventory. Literally, it's like massage office, and there's like a judo studio in between, and then there's the card shop I'll play at. So I need to go see my parents and drop off some stuff, and of course with Mother's Day on Sunday. Then I'm going to go over and do a workout. Then I'm going to go get worked on, and then I'm going to play cards. And then I'll be back at night to do the live opening. Well, not the live opening, it's just the giveaway. There's an extra giveaway too. It's in the thumbnail, but you can't see it. But you can probably make out what it is if you look really hard at it. Well, that's the other thing, is on Sunday morning I'm driving an hour. So again, I talked about it on one of the other streams that we're not playing hockey right now, so there's like no freaking ice time for me to get out on, and my buddies couldn't go out Saturday. I was like, well, why don't we go out Saturday after I get done playing cards? And both of them were like, oh, I'm tied up. They're like, what about Sunday? Like, dude, Sunday's Mother's Day. So we found a place an hour and 40 minutes from my house that we're going to go play hockey at Sunday morning at 9 in the morning, which means I've got to get up at like 6, get a little something to eat, and then hop in the car. Look smart ass. I actually have to put the thumbnail back up, which is funny. Because for some reason it doesn't let you like schedule out further. So I had a thumbnail up for tomorrow's giveaway. Yeah, see, so I had it up for yesterday, but I had to take it down. I saved it so I can reschedule it real easily. But you can't have a preview live up apparently on YouTube and go live. So thank you, Hayami. How was your... I did watch a little bit of it. I was watching you guys right at the... it was about an hour in when you had the bazooka and killed everybody. Or no, when you tried to go to Canada and you had that little ankle biter chasing you guys around. I don't know, you were like, can we go to Canada? And then you guys got out of the thing and... I want the green burb. Hit it with a dart. Hit it with a dart. Oh my god. Oh, I said A, the wrong bird? Shit. Hey, I can't help the fact that you blew people up with a bazooka. That's above mod responsibilities. Is that the right burb? Nope. I'm just gonna shoot all the burbs at this point. I like how it's the big bird I'm supposed to shoot, and I've been shooting the smallest targets. It's this one. And what's that burb? Miami, you could totally play Dawn Trail for content. Bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Did you know? A bird is the word. Bird is the word. Surfing bird. Miami doesn't like birds, especially in certain underground working facilities. Not that bad. Oh, we actually have voice acting. Yay! My poor voice.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
But 60, well, what did I buy? We bought 2 copies of the collector's edition. The digital ones. That's that's $60. The normal's like 40, I think. Yes.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to...
No, I had... So, maybe you can answer this, Hayami, because you're more versed in YouTube than me. I had to take it down to do tomorrow, because it was actually scheduled for tomorrow. It's scheduled for tomorrow when I get home from my stuff. And... I had to go... I was going live tonight, so it made me... I couldn't have that scheduled and go live at the same time. It wouldn't let me. Yeah, I had to, like, take it down, then do this. Is that a known thing, or can you not have a premiere planned and then also be live on YouTube? YouTube's different from Twitch. Twitch is just go. Okay, yeah. See, that's the problem, is I had the schedule stream already set. Yeah, and I had to pull the schedule stream down. I saved everything. Yeah, and that was the problem, is it pulled it as an error on my end as a duplicate key. And I had to just pull it down for now. I saved my thumbnail and everything, and I'm going to throw it back up once I'm done tonight. Like, I saved all the settings, all the text I put into and everything, so it'll be real quick just to throw it back up there. But that kind of sucks. I wish I could have things scheduled as premieres and stuff while going live. That would be a lot cooler if they would allow that, but I guess because of the fact that it uses that stream key, it won't allow it.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really.
I like Aaron Val's voice actor a lot.
Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Well, that sucks.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a horn? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Not until the next expansion.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
Still trying to work that feminine charm.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed.
It's a giant fucking cave. How did you miss it?
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
We'll Turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
It's a shaft with mines in it. Shafty mine, one would say. Oh my god, my neck. My back. My back! I'm gonna hurt so bad tomorrow, but it's gonna feel so good the following day. Oh my god. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, again. FPS is dropping too damn low. I've got to figure out a way to stabilize that so it stays rendered high. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to get to our first dungeon. It's 10 o'clock, almost. We still have to go do, I think, bro code date before we even get to that dungeon. God, I don't remember there being so much starter filler in this. I don't know, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that or anybody that's watching. It just doesn't feel like there was this much. Well, maybe because I was doing side quests at the same time. There was always combat or something going on. I'm going to delete this thing as soon as it spawns. Moving along. You know, Hayami, you like Katana so much, I'm really surprised you never played Samurai. Oh, there's the clown music I was talking about. Babe, sounds like clown music in here. Oh my god. Here, all of you line up in a row. Oh, I have double jump turned on for flight. That's why I'm... Oh well, we'll take Sunday night to rectify a lot of the little UI issues right now. And to switch some stuff up with my muscle memory, because holy crap! It is so bad. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. NM? It is. It's the A rank. Run away. Is that Hayami right there? The stray queen. I don't think she's here anymore, so she can't say anything. Blink. Oh no, squapes! Although they did fix the squapes. I'm letting my voice rest. I'm reading, but I'm just letting my voice rest for a minute. Yeah, I need to get those solid tea candies in here. I think those will help me a lot. Or take the lemon tea that I should be drinking while doing this. Huh. I still have a drink. I do. I have another water. Let me crack this water open here. Seriously, tell me this music does not sound like something you'd hear at like a freaking circus. Where'd Chunky Monkey go when he got back in the hammock? He literally woke up, wanted a pet, petted him, and he went back to sleep. He's a good companion. He's pretty low maintenance. I can see his feet kicking out of his hammock. I don't think I could do that without, like, doxing myself. I was gonna get his camera and slide it down to where the hammock is, so he could see. You guys could see where he's at. It's at so this cat tree up here. There's a hammock. This is actually the this is the third tier. The fourth tier is that one. But at the base of it, there's a hammock, and he lays in it and kicks his feet out like a lazy bunny rabbit. Jebki. I honestly don't give a rat's batooey about what they have to say, because it's not really... It's more just like clues, like, oh, they're doing this, and the forum wants that. It's not like... It's filler. It's filler clues is what it is. Oh, did I finally fix it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's much better. And they need the label that creates the story of the contents. Bundles of common seeds, a sapling accompanied by sheaves of reports.
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Thank you. It was oddly specific and out of nowhere. But thank you. Polite stranger of Labyrinthos.
Have you learned aught of interest?
My muted voice. Why did it give me a voice? I sure did, Ishtola. These flowers somehow no emotions.
Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane?
Archie. That's how you said it. Okay.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
Sure. Very perceptive, Alice.
Difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on the conversation?
How queer.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions, and no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Darn tootin'.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Crier?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
I can almost reach you.
Kryl has the same power that we do. But hers has been, like, effed with, I guess is how you would put it. Cannot let the chorus slip away. Oh my god. Ah! Nose itch. Nose itch. Oh my god. Oh my god. My nose is itching. Holy crapola. Okay, there we go. Boop. Good landing, good landing. Already yawning like crazy. Damn it. Memory serves me, the colossal wall-like structure of is something. If we are in the forum, it would make a convenient meeting place. Oh, true. But even if we happen to find Ereval in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. And his vanishing spell were here. Oh, but the others is turning... Oh, but there are other ways than turning invisible. Hippity hoppity, my little toads. Yep. My frog, my dude. With the passage of time. You feel the magic's fade and return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I doing in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Okay, that's fine. We're also high enough level that I don't think... Yeah, I mean, I still keep my HP as a level 90. Oh. Gotta talk to Alpha Node. Ribbit, ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alfie Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your desire to proceed the quest. Okay, I like Alfie Toad and Alley Toad. Oh my god, I can jump. Not just hippity hoppy, I can actually jump. Everybody jump, jump. Everybody jump, jump. This is so stupid, but I do remember this. I like how my hawk is still with me, too. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Oink, 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 oink. And jump it. Big jump. Epic. That was an epic jump there. See how much height I got on my hippy hoppity feet. Onward!
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting to put that back up.
So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Go on.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Yep, just three frogs just sitting here. Ribbit. Ribbit.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you paid in full.
I couldn't remember if you noticed that it really does actually know.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart.
Don't. I mean, they do.
Reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Said he. I hope he has a fairly decent part in Dawn Trail. It seems like he will. He was a nice reoccurring character that they've had, and I think a lot of people liked him. More playpaths, we discovered the new piece of puzzle. Momentous duty, the Forum mentioned. Charlie has been called to action, and the Tlofroy Declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge is the hope to fulfill, they deem it sufficient important to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzean's request for aid. Say, staring off into the direction of Erenval's departed, and I thought of the look of her face. What duty could warrant a direct involvement of the Forum, and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. Just at this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Ishtola and Kryl for the moment, see what they think of this. And Doggo go. Yeah. Are you guys even aggressive? Oh, you are. Oh yeah, because you have to be 10 levels, not 9. Duh. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenval then? Sure did. Sure did. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kryl and then discuss how we would like to proceed. When we find her back at the farm, she's still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near the flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can surely Survey the more distant areas just in case she decided to wander. I'll fix that later. Up and away! Aru! Looks like up top here, yeah. I think this is voiced.
For you, the spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead. Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
That's right, she uses her as a vessel.
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
Another.
Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will.
Who's the other?
That blue will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first, so weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. We are definitely making progress. You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Oh, what the hell's going on now? Oh, Dutty's here. Hello, Dutty. How's the tea, Dutty?
No. What business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
We've been looking around, asshat.
We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
This music's way too tense for this moment, but I get it, but a little much.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Yeah, but he has access to that as an Archon. So what the fuck?
Will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Like, this is the music they played for, like, Emmett Selk burning everything to the ground, so I don't really think a discourse conversation requires this type of music, but alright, whatever. Not here to judge. I love the music anyways, I don't give a shit.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
He has some big ass ears.
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Wait, why are my glasses off in this cutscene? I didn't remove my glasses. Why the fuck are my glasses off? Great, now I'm blind.
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, The vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes, we are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Long cutscene, damn.
Father, Master Fortuno. I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order!
Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
What that weird little thumb thing is, like for cocaine or something?
Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
The good joke with nose pass. That he wouldn't be fun at like 80s parties. In the city. Our endless investigation has been in vain. We know now that the mysterious duty to there began whatever the form discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Charlian. Alright. So, that'll end up being it for tonight. I'm going to put the new thumbnail back up here in a little bit to tomorrow's 100 little live. But then after that, like I said, I have a couple packs I'll open. I'll share if I got anything from... Thank you, Ricardo. I'll share anything from pre-release. It'll be 7 p.m. my time. And I think that's 5 o'clock your time. What is it? About 8:30 your time right now? Or is it 7:30 your time right now? Yeah, 8:30. Okay, so it'll be 5 o'clock your time tomorrow is when I'll go live. It's not going to be real long. Honestly, it's just a thank you, and I'll be showing the collection for you and stuff that I have, and I'm even going to try and set something else up. But it'll be a real just simple short thank you stream and the giveaways and stuff. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'm actually really tired. I haven't slept much this week, working on so much stuff and getting stuff done for work. So I'll catch you guys all tomorrow in the short stream, and then of course we'll be streaming again starting next Tuesday. I haven't made a schedule yet, but I imagine we'll get back into this and probably Unicorn Overlord for the time being. That'll probably be the double docket for those two games. Later all.